All right, welcome to R44 Performance. In this video, we're going to show you guys how to modify your M3 or M4 and make it look something a little bit like this. This is the pinnacle of just OEM plus, super clean with some lovely, lovely modifications that are going to last a lifetime. So yeah, hold tight, get involved. This is going to be a really cool video. You're locked into R44 Performance. Today is going to be quite a big day for this customer. He's gone crazy. It's going to be an intense one for our workshop, but we've got one day to transform this M4. It's completely stock. It's brand new to this customer, straight from the dealership. But he's gone on our website and he's gone from the start of the car, from category 1, let's say exterior styling, gone all the way through it and gone through every single part of our website to buy something for his M4. So I'm going to quickly run you through start to finish what he's purchased, and then we're going to go through the installation and show you guys what it looks like. But it should be quite a cool build once it's complete. All right, let's run through the exterior styling part of this build. So he's gone for one of our original kind of kits that's been available on R44 since 2022, which is an SP1, SK1, SS1. So it's a front splitter, a side skirt, and rear corner. So this is the front lip here. It's going to bolt underneath the car. It's not going to replace the gloss black corners. It's going to have a side skirt that's going to match the profile of the front lip. And again, the rear corners are going to follow around and match all of the profiles all the way around the car. So that's the kind of low-line kit. We then have the front bumper. This is kind of like not a low-spec car, but he hasn't opted for the BMW carbon spec from factory. So he's got these mesh grills, which we're going to swap for the twin fin ducts, which are going to match the front lip, which are going to be super cool. He's going to replace this horrible front grille and put a GT style front grille, which is one of our favorites. He's also going to go for a Magnafix, which is going to allow him to remove and reinstall his plate, which you can see has got some cobwebs behind it, which is pretty horrid. So that's going to be pretty much most of the carbon parts. On the rear of the car, we're going to change the gloss black diffuser for a carbon one and change the rear spoiler, of course, for a carbon one. So pretty much it's going to look like it's a carbon packed car, but with an extra little bit of sauce. So that's the carbon exterior package. Now let's go on to some of the performance parts. So let's pop onto that side and talk about what's going in the engine bay and what's going underneath the car. All right, performance-wise, this customer wants to add that little bit of extra performance without modifying his ECU, kind of probably affecting his warranty. So this stuff is relatively warranty-friendly because it's very easy to reverse and it doesn't remove any of the filters that are make the car street legal, if that makes sense. So he's gone for a full Venturi intake and engine cover. So this engine cover is actually an additional kind of like 25% bigger than the current one, which is going to cover the horrible plastic inlet manifold that comes on these cars. So it's going to look super nice. He's then gone for an Venturi intake. This has got to be one of the best intakes on the market just because it looks good, it sounds great, and it's just beautiful. It's Venturi. They are the top tier. There's some amazing stuff, but it comes at a value. It is quite an expensive intake, but if you're looking to invest in your M3 or M4, it's a great option, or any car really. They make intakes for everything. So we've got those. They also come with a larger bore turbo inlets that have like a golf ball effect, which are really nice. You've got to love Venturi. They've got like a pressed insert in there, so when you're tightening down the Jubilee clips, if the technician goes a little bit hard, it's not going to sacrifice your inlets, which is super cool. Yeah. So now let's go on to the exhaust. This car is going to have just a axle back exhaust. So all that means is the back box is going to be replaced for a full Scorpion back box, which is going to add a little bit of tone, but primarily going to improve the aesthetics of the car. If he wants to increase the sound even further in the future, he can add more Scorpion parts. So that's really cool about Scorpion and a lot of other exhaust systems on the market today, that they're modular, so you can add parts on as you go. So never feel that you're a bit disheartened that it maybe didn't sound as good as you wanted it to on the first go. You can always add more pipes on into the future, but this is going to be completely like legal as well as warranty friendly because you're only removing the back box, which we can go into a bit more detail later on. So let's pop over to that side where he's really dived into what we do here at R44. All right, so the best thing about us here at R44, you can buy pretty much everything for your car and you can really mix the brands up. So we've obviously spoke about the carbon kits, we spoke about the performance parts. Now let's go into some of the smaller bits. Well, let's start with quite a big bit, the last big bit, which is the suspension. So this car is going to have a set of I-back front and rear springs, which is going to lower the car down. If you lower your G8X, the tolerance inside the wheel arch is really, really tight. So realistically, any lowering, any wheel spacing, you're going to turn your wheel, it's going to rub. Two solutions. DIY solution. You can heat up the arch liner and push it back with a piece of wood. We've been doing that for years. It does work, but it's not like a fail-safe solution. The best solution on the market are these. These are arch clearance kits. So this is a bit of sheet metal that's going to replace the plastic that's rubbing against your wheel arch. It's going to move the kind of BMW's kind of grille design further back into the wheel arch. It's going to cover your kind of radiators, make sure it's all protected, but we'll go into a bit more detail into the. Let's run through wheel spacers. This is getting a 12-15 wheel spacer setup, so it's 12 millimeters on the front, 15 on the rear, which we'll go into again, more detail when they're being installed. And then, like I said, the best thing about R44, you can really start getting into kind of the finer details of your build. So over here, we have a full set of golden wrench caps, which are the red cap set, which are going to go on pretty much your caps in your engine bay. They just stick on over top. It's not that they're cheap, so they stick on. It's, you don't want to replace the original one because the original one is so well engineered. BMW have been making it for years. It's going to make sure your coolant stays in the bottle, but these are going to go on top. They're going to look good and just add that little touch next to that beautiful Venturi. We've also got new badges for the front and the rear. So the rear badge also has a black surround on it, which is really nice from BMW. The front one's going to replace that. They're anniversary. They're all original BMW pieces. We've got a little center insert, which is going to go in the insert of the central console of the car, which has the M4 competition logo, which is found on the 2021 and 2022 models. We also have an LCI rear badge. We've got door pins, and we've got a fuel filler cap from BMW in carbon fiber. And to finish it all off, we've got some overlays for the rear reflectors. So yeah, just an absolute load. I hope my waffling, you've really enjoyed it. But what we're going to do now is get all of this to vanish, get the car up in the air, and start stripping down the front so we can get the carbon on and get the intakes installed. That's the first thing. They're probably the most time-consuming things of the build. So we're going to get those done first, and then from there on out, it's just go, 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 go. And this car should be done for 5 p.m. for the customer to enjoy this weekend. All right, so the M4 is underway. It's getting itself almost done, almost to that finishing line. We've got the GT style front grille, which is really nice. So you've got an upper bar here, a lower bar, as well as the magnet fixed plate holder. So magnets on the backside, connects just like that, and that isn't going to go anywhere. We've got the twin fin ducts, which are going to pair up lovely to the SP1 front lip, which will go on very soon. Venturi intake, so this has got the inlets in there, the crossover there, engine cover as well. And then we just need to put the, we actually sold the young man an Venturi strut brace. So it's going to really add some spice to the engine bay. We've got golden wrench caps to go on this, some little interior details to finish up. We've got the side skirts, rear corners, rear diffuser bits are on as well. So that's quite cool. So we'll go over there and have a little look at the rear spoiler, and then we'll go from there. All right, so M4 style spoiler is now on, which is quite a cool little spoiler. It's actually quite cool seeing this style spoiler on an M4. This style actually comes from the F82 M4, so the M Performance style, M Performance spoiler for the M4 was a very similar design. So it looks clean. We've got the OE style rear diffuser, so it's exactly the same as the gloss black one that was on the car with an additional fin and in gloss carbon fiber. We've got rear little splats to go on it, side skirts. We put the lowering springs on, the wheel spacers on as well. So once we lower this car down, that horrible M4 arch gap should be gone. So what we're gonna do now is clean up quickly and then go ham with the last little bits, and the car should almost be there. Yeah, welcome to the M4. So now we're on like the final sign off. So every car that comes through our workshop pretty much gets a final test drive by me. Obviously we've done suspension, exhaust system, of all the carbon fiber parts, all the paddle shifters, some other bits. So I've gone on some bumpy roads, make sure the suspension doesn't make any noises, everything seems good. We'll do a final ride height check once we get back to the HQ to make sure everything's square. And then obviously with the exhaust system, we've removed a lot of clamps or installed a lot of clamps, removed a lot of bolts, making sure there's no noises, everything like that sounds good. So yeah, we've installed these JQ paddle shifters, and these are the Gen 2 ones, which are billet backs, carbon fiber inlays on the front, and they are sensational. I haven't got these on any of our cars, but obviously Dylan has them actually. So this is like, yeah, I guess this is like an OG car. So it's two dashes, one of my favorite setups. This car just feels amazing. I-backs are such a good suspension. They just feel nice and they look good. Ride quality is good. The bump's nice. Wow, it's nice to drive like a car like this. You can hear them, but to be honest, all intake, especially Venturi's, because the quality of the actual filters are quite thick, and you want them to break down a little bit, get some air flowing, and then you start getting that noise. So once you've done about 2,000 miles on your Venturi, the sound is amazing. So it will get better over time. Exhaust systems, obviously the OPF Scorpion, it looks good. The sound of it is not a huge difference. It's not much you can do. Oh, there you go, you got the intake on the blow off. But that will definitely get better. But yeah, it's a nice car, and it obviously looks good as well, which is the next thing. But yeah, this is, I love an M4. I don't drive enough M4s, but we used to have one. All right, let's jump out of the car now and run through the outside, the exterior modifications, and just how the car looks. This is, I'd say, one of our like OG builds. It's an OPF back, so it's street legal. We've got the Venturi, we've got the full SP kind of S low line kits, SP1, SK1, SS1s, all the core mods, some JQs. This guy's got it all locked. All right, boom. So we're out in the lovely Wembley, our lovely iconic spot, the car park. But anyways, the car's looking good. The car's looking good. This is the pinnacle of Black Friday purchasing. You can buy so many of these modifications with so much money saved on those modifications. You can spend it on more modifications and you just modify your car this much. So let's run through the mods. It's got the I-back front and rear springs with a 12mm spacer on the front and a 15mm spacer on the rear with the extended lug nut and lock and wheel nuts. So your wheels are going to be safe for the foreseeable, which I think looks good. It's nothing too much. I personally would obviously go for like an AST lowering spring, something a little bit more slammed coilover fitment, because M4s, when they are slammed, look badass. But this looks, I think this looks good. You want to be able to drive over some curbs and stuff. But SP1 front lip, twin fin front duct, GT style front grille. They are like my favorite products that can go on the front of your G80 or G82. Anniversary badges coming down the side. We've got the SK1s, two modifications that this young man needs to buy next year on Black Friday: side badges and mirror covers. On the inside of the car, you've even got the little M logos on the door pins. Coming down the side, you also have those 15mm wheel spacers. SS1s, you've got the M4 style spoiler. You've got the lovely Scorpion exhaust system. We've got some tape on the diffuser at the minute because we were just checking that there was going to be no rub, because it looked a little bit tight, but I think we should be fine. There was no noises. We just didn't want to damage either the diffuser or the tip. So it's really important when you do fit your aftermarket parts, make sure everything fits nicely. Just take that extra precaution. Make sure you don't scratch something now, because it's going to be a nightmare to sort it out. OEM style rear diffuser, which looks good, fits good. M4 style spoiler, LCI M4 badge. So this is an LCI badge from the 2025 onwards, or late 24. And then the anniversary rear badge with the camera with the black surround, which is from factory, which is really nice. Other than that, this car is looking pretty good. Inside here, Dill, come look, best mod, M Performance, OEM, M Performance. So when you fill up your money, put it in there, that 91. It's lovely, that. So yeah, let's have a look in the engine bay where there are some lovely modifications. But obviously, paddle shifters, M Performance key case, M Performance floor mat, hashtag M Performance. See, if you're in the UK or anywhere in the world really, any flat surface, you can fit twist and fix magnet plate holders. So you can just do something like that. Plates now on the car, looks good, legal. And then underneath the engine bay, we obviously have the Holy Grail modifications, the full Eventuri engine covers and inlets. You then have the Eventuri strut brace, which I think looks amazing. That's come around, that just looks 10/10. It looks really good. The golden wrench pieces as well to finish it all off. The last thing this young man needs is a front shroud from MHC, ECU cover, some little headlight trims there. But to be honest, mate, he spent enough money. He needs to go and enjoy this. He needs to bed in those Eventuris, listen how it sounds. But yeah, this is the pinnacle of what you can do with an M4. To just make it look much better from factory. Look at it, take it in. But anyways, like, subscribe, hit that bell button, catch us on the next video. This is a little M4 modification. This is actually a very OG build. This is something what we would have done in 2022 when we first started modifying these M3s and M4s. But here we are in 2025, almost 2026. So yeah, if you're seeing this in 2026, Happy New Year and welcome to modifying your M4.